What's up? I'm on my way to Governor Dodge State Park, which is like an hour or so west of Madison. It is not an hour drive for me, but that's okay. It's Saturday, I would say morning. It should have been morning, but I got a late start. So it's like Saturday afternoon. I'm meeting a friend just for one night, and then we're gonna hike Sunday. Yeah, usually I'm timely, and I'm a quick packer usually because I camp kind of a lot, and also I'm low maintenance. I've kind of got the philosophy of like, if I forget something, as long as you've got your sleeping bag, pad, and like something to cook with, and even something to cook with you can do without. There's like very little that you actually need for a car camping trip. There's like very little you can't like make do without or pick up somewhere. So I'm not too stressed. Two things I'm realizing I didn't bring that I probably should have brought: a raincoat. It's looking a little bit cloudy out there. Didn't bring a raincoat, and I think it's only like, it's supposed to be warmer once we're down there, but this fleece that I'm wearing is like the warmest layer that I brought. I brought both a tent, and I might sleep in my car. I haven't fully decided yet. Sleeping in a tent sounds fun if I could do it without the rain fly on, but I don't think it's spring in Wisconsin. I don't think we're there yet. Also, like, almost never a good idea to sleep without a rain fly on east of the Rockies. Kind of a gamble. I kind of miss camping in my car. I haven't slept in my car since I did, like 2 years ago now, I did like a little road trip where I did like the Great River Road in Wisconsin, and then drove down to Shawnee National Forest in Illinois. I'm speeding. And then, where did I go after that? Oh, Red River Gorge in Kentucky. And slept in my car for like the first half, and then it got too hot. It was early May. It was like not quite this time of year, but like a little later than this, and it was so much fun. It's raining. I think it's gonna be fine though.
Hi and welcome to camp. It is spring down here. There's like green. Ellie is not gonna be here probably for another 30 minutes, but I set up my car and I wanna show you how I do up my Subaru for car camping. So, give me a sec. All right, so I've got like food and kitchen stuff here in this bin. Second bin back is like car maintenance stuff, like jumper cables. It's also where I store. I have, you can kind of see up front, I have like a sun shield. I didn't put it in very good. Sun and privacy, I've like cut them for all of the windows, but since there's two of us here, I'm probably just gonna use the one. I actually brought a tent, but I don't know if I'm gonna use it. But I've got just a camp pillow, cheap $40 Coleman sleeping bag that's actually so comfy, Nemo tensor sleeping pad, a yoga mat, and then the big part here about like not building out your car camping setup is that you're gonna have like a depression between, I've got this seat rolled back quite a ways. And you have to like pad it out so that your head doesn't like sink in. I made like a little short video of me actually setting up. I have that there, and then back here I actually have my tent like fully underneath all my stuff because it is also a little lower here. As you can kind of see, maybe you can see it better here. Not really. It is still like on an angle, so I do tend to slide down during the night a little, where like a true build that wouldn't happen. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff in here, and I'll fiddle with it before bed. I'll get into it, and I might even add like the lid of that box underneath here to lift it up a little more. Yeah, it makes for a better, like, spring is perfect because I'm gonna switch to a different. Yeah, I pretty much only like to camp like this, like in the back of my car in the spring when there's no bugs. You can get like bug nets for your tailgate, bug nets for your side window, but you really just kind of need, in my opinion, you kind of need like the perfect conditions. Like, it's gonna get down to low 50s tonight, which is like perfect. It's not gonna get too cold inside the car. We're not gonna get roasted out as soon as the sun rises. And there's like no bugs out yet, so I can just leave the tailgate open like super late. I also bought some string lights for ambiance and lighting within the cab of the car at night, which I always think is super nice. Can hang them off my car while we're like cooking and that kind of stuff. And I thought I might still set up the tent. I haven't fully decided yet. It'll probably depend on what Ellie's doing. If she's setting up a tent, maybe I'll break this down and set up my tent. I do love to sleep on the ground, but sleeping in the car is kind of like a special treat that I really only do in like the spring or late fall, and it's been 2 years since I've done it, even though I used to do it all the time. And yeah, kind of nice. Anyways, happy spring. On today's menu is tofu shawarma, basically like a full camp meal here on the Jetboil Genesis. It's a pretty great stove for that. We patted the tofu dry, like cubed it, tossed it in some enchilada sauce because we couldn't find shawarma sauce. Topped with a little bit of lemon, cooked it until it dried up. Cucumber, red onion, lettuce, tzatziki sauce, feta. Yeah, it turned out really, really good. This was like about 15 minutes to make. And you could definitely do it on like a less robust camp stove if you needed to. So it's like 10:30, and I may have screwed up a little. I'm in my car, and it's pretty comfortable, but it's 53 out right now. It's gonna get 10 degrees cooler. I brought this Coleman sleeping bag that I got for like 40 bucks, and I think I'm gonna be cold. And I do have my tent with me. I think that would be warmer, and I'm trying to decide, do I now at 10:20 set up my tent in the dark, or do I tough it out? Well, I went outside to pee, and I think I've decided to chance it in here. It's cold, but I think I can take 10 degrees colder. And I put like another blanket in my sleeping bag. I think it's gonna be cold. I'm not gonna have fun, but I think I'll be able to sleep, and I'll obviously be okay. Wish me luck. Well, as you can see, I obviously woke up in my tent, and here's why. Okay, so first of all, it's cold out, but I slept fine. I slept till 3 a.m. in the car, at which point I woke up because there was like a rustling. And I thought it was like I had the like string lights on while we were sitting at the picnic table, and I was like, oh, like a big moth got on and it's trying to get to the moon, because it kind of just sounded like a little like flutter against the window. And then it got like louder, and I was like, oh, it kind of sounds like a mouse. And I was like, it can't be a mouse. Andy just like completely cleaned my car. There was nothing in my car until yesterday, other than like even the floor mats were out. Like there was nothing in the car. Like, why would it be in my car? And then, like, I was, like, in and out for, like, an hour before, like, I was like, okay, I think I should investigate. Put my glasses on, looked behind me on the, like, driver's seat on, like, top of it. Like, here, can I turn this around? On the driver's seat, like, right there, was a mouse silhouetted by the moonlight. Needless to say, I like flicked on my little string lights and put up my tent. I like grabbed my phone at 4:04. The tent was up and I was laying in it by like 4:12. Like it was quick. I didn't sleep super well after that. Like I think I only fell asleep like as it started getting light out, and then my alarm went off. So, yeah, Maddie versus mouse. But it's like still somewhere in my car, presumably, so. From there, we went on a hike through Governor Dodge State Park. We clocked about 9 to 11 miles, depending whose GPS you ask and what, like, how you total the miles. And it's a really beautiful park. This is kind of what it looked like. It's so pretty. See, what I mean about, like, the Driftless looks like the Shire a little bit. I'm going down there. Wisconsin's Driftless region reminds me of like kind of a fairy tale. It reminds me of the Shire, Lord of the Rings, and I thought it was really cool to discover this little like spring well kind of built into the earth. But the Governor Dodge State Park specifically has a couple of draws outside of this. There is Stevens Falls, which you'll see in a second. There is a man-made lake. There are no natural lakes in the Driftless region, and yeah, a couple of like beautiful little rushing rivers. Yeah, I think Wisconsin gets like a lot of hate, but this is a really beautiful area. Kind of the interesting part of the Driftless region is that it's called Driftless because it was unsubjected to glacial drift, meaning in the most recent ice age, the glaciers like never scoured out the river valleys here. So there's this really like robust network of bluffs and valleys and karst topography, I believe is the word, where there's like limestone and there's like these caves, like sinkhole caves kind of in a lot of the limestone that vent out cooler air. And at a lot of these spots that vent out cooler air, you can find glacial erratics, I believe is the word, or Arctic erratics, where there are species that generally only grow in colder ecosystems that you can find here in the Driftless. Check it out on Wikipedia if you're bored at night. It's a great way to learn a little and fall asleep. This is one of those rushing rivers in question.
Hello! I just left like the Driftless region proper, and the hills and valleys and the little clear water streams have all kind of disappeared, and now we're trucking across the like nice flat part of Wisconsin before I'll kind of start moving into the Northwoods hills and big pine tree stands in the next hour or so, and then before long I'll be home, which is awesome. Yeah, it was a short trip, like truly less than 24 hours in Governor Dodge State Park. Like almost as much driving as there was recreating, but it was still just like really nice to camp and be outside in the spring. And like, oh my gosh, that feeling of like, I've done a lot of trips this winter to other places, but I didn't have to get on a plane or didn't have to drive super far. I did drive a little far, but like it was worth it to see a friend and just like get that feeling back of like, I don't know, if it just felt good to get that feeling back of like, this is a casual adventure I can do. And like the summer, like they don't have to be like over planned adventures. It can be like, hey, do you want to like meet me at this state park for the night and go for a long hike in the morning? And that felt really good. We did 10 miles ish. We parked where did we, not super relevant where we parked, but we did like Meadow Valley Trail to Lost Canyon Trail to Stevens Falls, which I thought was actually way more impressive than I thought it was going to be. Online, the waterfall in Governor Dodge State Park simply does not look super impressive. It looks like a trickle that runs over a cliff. I'm going to drink some water real quick. Anyways, online, Stevens Falls really just looks like a little trickle that runs over a cliff. And it was like not super high on my things to do in the state park, but we did that anyways, and I was like super impressed. Like the descent on the stairs down toward the falls is really pretty. The waterfall itself is like much bigger than I thought, and it was like, due to all the rain they've gotten from storms, like definitely flowing and like a very nice waterfall. Yeah, better than I expected for sure. Would recommend. I do think that waterfall gets there's shorter routes that you can take to get to the waterfall, and I do think it gets super crowded on the weekends. So like perhaps best done is like maybe you start your hike from the waterfall and hit it early before there are people there. And then the second part of Lost Canyon Trail, which is like there's like one part that follows like the top rim of the canyon or of the ravine. And we followed the top half in, but the bottom half was closed, so we ended up doing like a big loop kind of around the park that took the horse trail to Pine Cliff Trail, walked around the lake. It was okay. It was nice. It just had like a normal like Wisconsin state park feel, like a little more developed. Yeah, but it felt really good to be outside. It felt really good to like move my body. Felt good to do like some miles. Felt really good to have like a weird little trail lunch on like a nice little cliff. I don't think I took a single picture from that spot. We were just like busy chit-chatting. And knowing that I've got like, not in the super immediate future, but in the next by the time this month is up, I'm gonna be like I've got like a lot more activity coming my way and a lot more trips to do. So it was good to have like a little, not like a shakedown trip in this like traditional sense where you're testing out gear and systems or like even meals, but more of just a like casual, like let's get out there and get an earlier start to the season, even if it's gonna be 45 overnight and you're gonna have a mouse in your car. Yeah, anyways, probably got about 3 hours to home, and I am like so tired. Can't wait to shower and go to bed and drink some water because I'm definitely dehydrated.